Good morning, Blackhawks. In this week's episode of the BHP, we take a look at the new Gilbert Mega Park, a story on Miss Mahoney, and the process of registering electives here on campus.
This and so much more on this week's episode of the Blackhawk Buzz.
Baby, I'm not holding my breath. I need something to believe in. I need something that can keep me holding on. I'm higher than the ceiling, and I need something that will keep me on the ground.
What's happening, Blackhawks? I'm Aiden Hosbach.
And I'm Ian Perkins. Fast fact, did you know the Canary Islands are named after dogs and not birds?
And you're watching the Blackhawk Buzz.
Did you know William Bobby Gilbert founded our very city in 1920? Well, 100 years later, we now have a mega park. Cooper, Connor, and Tristan went out to explore it.
What's going on, Blackhawks, and welcome to Blackhawk Talks. In today's episode, we're talking about the new Gilbert Mega Park, which I'm sure not many have heard of, which is astounding, as it's going to be 272 acres and right in our backyard. So, let's jump into it. Well, guys, that's today's Blackhawk Talks. Tell us what you'd like to see next time on our Twitter and Instagram. Anyways, it's been Connor Wallace, Tristan Thompson, and Cooper Burns, and now we're going to toss this back to the studio.
Hey Aiden, do you know anything about budgeting?
I mean, some stuff, I guess.
Well, Miss B is hosting a special event called Game of Money on January 24th. Find out what you don't know.
The last decade has seen its ups and downs. With the closure of Club Penguin and the invention of AirPods, the 2010s is a decade we will not forget. Here's Sarah and Connor with a look back.
Coming soon on video and TV.
NAU will be on our campus Thursday, January 23rd during second hour for seniors and third hour for juniors, so stop by.
The ACT will be given to all juniors for free in March. Study guides are available in the Career Center along with many volunteer opportunities. If you want to give back to your community, please see Miss B.
Our beloved math teacher, Mrs. Mahoney, has been teaching here since 2008. Recently, she received a call for a greater duty. Brandon, Jason, and James went out to get the full story.
The U.S. Army has been a staple of American safety for well over 200 years. Here at Williamsfield, Mrs. Mahoney, a beloved math teacher, has been living a double life as a member of the Army Reserves and an educator.
I joined the military while I was in college, and I've been in almost 20 years now. I have held various positions in the military, from instructing to being the gas station that you come to and filling you up. I think the military's taught me enough about dealing with people that it works with being able to deal with students and vice versa. You come into so many different personalities and so many different situations.
Even though Mahoney is no stranger to the call of duty, this deployment is different from many others before.
It's different this time from past deployments because I've never had a child before on my deployments. She's immediately reaching for me even though he has her, because your mom is your everything those first few years. So if I'm not there to be her everything, how is she going to adjust to somebody else having to be her everything?
Mrs. Mahoney has been an integral part of Williamsfield for the past 12 years. We asked how she thought her absence would affect the students of Williamsfield.
And besides the shifting, I guess just my presence. I don't know, I guess kids like me most of the time. Having a change in anybody's day is always an adjustment for both the kids and the teachers. Those that are graduating, good luck, come back, see me. I'll be back next year. So before you start your second semester of college, come tell me how good your first one went, and I'll be here and you can say hi. Leave me your grad announcements, go put them up on my board, and I'll see them when I get back.
No one enjoys goodbyes, but we asked Mrs. Mahoney what her final words are to those at Williamsfield.
I'll be back. Just keep in mind that change happens. I'm the one experiencing the biggest change. So put yourself in my shoes and then don't worry about everything else. So if I can manage to make this adjustment in my life, you can make the adjustment to the class changes that have been made. Those that are graduating, good luck, come back, see me. I'll be back next year. So before you start your second semester of college, come tell me how good your first one went.
Well, that puts this story at ease. This is Jason, Brandon, and James reporting for the BHB. Now back to the studio.
With a new year comes a new spirit. We here at the BHB are offering a $10 gift card to the first teacher who calls Mr. Karcher with the correct answer to the following riddle.
There are 30 cows in a field and 28 chickens. How many didn't? First teacher to answer this riddle wins a $10 Starbucks gift card. Good luck, Blackhawks. Upcoming soon, U of A will be on campus on January 27th.
Do you have any interest in the production of film and TV? Video Production 1 will prepare you for a career in the video industry by providing you with technical skills in camera operation and video editing using Adobe Premiere Pro software. Students will learn to express their creativity visually through creation of movie trailers, PSAs, comedic skits, short documentaries, and infomercials. Students will take their ideas and flush them out with script writing, storyboarding, acting, filming, and editing. If cinema and editing appeal to you, be sure to register for Video Production 1 today.
Recently, the Blackhawk wrestlers won the Coolidge tournament, including 9 of them in the finals and 6 of them champions. Also, congratulations to Seth Cobb for winning Most Outstanding Wrestler.
Girls soccer won 7-1 over Camelback. Keep it up, Blackhawks.
Boys basketball defeated Maricopa 94-58. Amazing job, Blackhawks. Tonight they play against Castile at home at 7 o'clock. Show up and show out.
Currently, the girls basketball team has a 7-6 record on the year. Last week they lost to Gilbert High School 56-49. They look to rebound against Castile at 7 p.m. at Castile. Go get 'em, Blackhawks.
5, 4, 3, 2. Zippers have the ball down by, Matt makes a slam dunk! Whoa, and he got fouled! How about that for the rookie?
We talk about my career in basketball. It almost has different stages in my life. I didn't play basketball until I was a senior in high school. And I was 6'8", 240, and I was carrying the bass drum in the marching band. And someone came to me and said, you should go out for basketball, right? So I was, okay.
Mr. Fisch, a teacher at Williamsfield High School, is well known for his height, but not many know his backstory in basketball.
So my senior year in high school went well, got third in state. After that was all said and done, here comes college. So I go to college at 6'8", 240, not even knowing the game very well at all, just 1 year of high school. And I learned at a really high level. It was either learn the game of basketball or else I'm going to lose my scholarship.
With his scholarship in limbo, Mr. Fisch rededicated himself.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 1992 NBA Draft.
He became the 50th overall draft pick in the 1992 draft. Unfortunately, he was cut by the Warriors and signed by a CBA team.
I was the #1 center, and I was getting paid well. I was paid for the CBA $1,000 a week after taxes, and that was a lot for the CBA. And so we were mathematically eliminated on the Fort Wayne Fury for the CBA, and they took the highest paid player and they fired him. Well, that was me. So I'm sitting there going, I just got fired from the second worst team in the minors. I'm done. I mean, I'm in tears. I'm devastated. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And within 36 hours later, I got a phone call to play for the Miami Heat, the second best team in the NBA. And we made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, where Michael Jordan and the Bulls beat us to go on and win it all.
With Mr. Fisch's loss, he talks about the hardships of leaving the NBA.
Professional sports are non-reality. It's not. It's reality, but it's not. Everyone wants to be you, everyone wants to be with you, everyone wants to be around you, everyone wants to hang out with you, everyone wants a little bit of your money, everyone wants a little bit of your time, everyone does. And when you're done playing basketball, it's over. And you're sitting there going, as a basketball player, is it really over? You know, and I went through depression. I was sad. But to finally reach a goal, which was my goal, was to make it to the NBA and be successful, was fantastic. And I was really proud of myself as a basketball player, that I reached the pinnacle of the sport.
Mr. Fisch, from high to heartbreak, has seen it all when it comes to professional basketball. When seeing him in the halls, make sure to say hi. This is Jacob and Ian Petrie. Now pass it back to the studio.
Biotech is the use of biological processes for industrial purposes. The CTE class here at Williamsfield also offers laboratory experience and expanding knowledge of biological sciences. Here with more, Landon and Harmon.
With the new school year coming on us quick, it can be daunting when deciding which classes to take. To make that a little easier, we went to see what biotechnology is all about.
So while in biotech, you learn how to work in a lab and then also working with your lab group. So you're building your team skills.
Basically, biotech on a day-to-day basis, we spend at least about half of our days in lab, probably another day or so preparing for lab. When you're taking biotechnology, well, first of all, you learn genetic engineering, but you also learn forensics, how to use DNA to identify different individuals.
Not only does biotech serve as an active, hands-on class, but biotech also brings a plethora of opportunities to the table.
I would say what separates biotechnology from other electives is, first of all, you can get professional certification. The opportunities that come with biotech, for example, one is happening right here today. These students are actually going to, for the first time, be genetic engineers. They're going to transfer a gene from a jellyfish into a bacteria and create a GMO.
So after 2 years of taking biotech, I'll be able to qualify to take a test to get a certification that will allow me to work in a lab out of high school.
The only question left to ask is, why should you take biotechnology next year?
First of all, if you like a class that's very applied and hands-on, this is probably the most hands-on class in the entire high school. I put it up against any other class as far as being hands-on.
Students should take biotech, especially if they're interested in going into some sort of science major, like the medical field, or if they want to work in a lab. It helps build your skills. Definitely recommend it.
You heard it here, Blackhawks. Maybe consider modifying your schedule for biotech next year. This has been Harmon Brecky and Landon Vaughn. Back to the studio.
That's what we have for this week's episode. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at WF_BHB.
If you want to rewatch any of your favorite BHB highlights, check us out on the Blackhawk Buzz on YouTube.
Have a great weekend, Blackhawks. Remember to tune in next week for an all-new Blackhawk Buzz.
Hey, yo.